Welcome back, everybody. It is almost 1:45. The South African Music Awards have been improved just in time for the 25th installation of the prestigious accolades. RiSA is proud to announce that reggae is now a standalone category known as the Best Reggae Album after breaking away from the Best R&B and Soul and Reggae Album. Now, this is an acknowledgement of the increasing music genre, which has witnessed an upturn in recent years. Now, the entries for this year are now open, and to share more on that, we're joined by Summer Events Coordinator Retsibilwe Dolamo. A very good morning to you, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's arguably the biggest night in the entertainment calendar of the year.
Yeah.
So who is eligible to join the Summers?
Basically, anybody, any recording artist that has released their music from the 1st of February 2018 to the 31st of January 2019. So if you have released your music and it's available commercially, then you are eligible to enter.
All right, let's talk about this new category, the Best Reggae Album, which was broken away from the Best R&B and Reggae Album. Why is it a result of the number of entries that have been coming through, or is it simply gaining popularity?
It's a number of entries coming through for the past 2 years and an outcry from the reggae community because combining the two genres, reggae, R&B and soul, they felt that their music wasn't listened to enough by the judges, and they didn't stand a chance with those artists under those categories. So for the past 2 years, we've seen an increase, and they came in and the board listened, and hence the decision to make it a standalone category.
Right, I see. Now, based on what you've been judging upon and those who will make it to the nominees list, do you want to share with us about some of the new categories that have been introduced?
Well, basically, we haven't introduced categories, but we've refined them to reflect what is happening in the music industry. Okay. For example, we had the Best Kwaito category, but then we added the genres, the subgenres, amapiano and gqom, because that's what's happening at the moment.
Right.
And we have we had the Best African album, which aimed to recognize music artists from the African continent. But then we decided that we name it Rest of Africa, because then that would exclude South African artists, but solely look at artists from the African continent. Yeah.
And who's part of the judging panel, and how do they make it to that board?
The judges basically are chosen by the committees. We have subcommittees which are made up of music industry experts, and they come in, and for each category they would then recommend a judge who is of fame in that category, whether it be academically or they have worked in that music genre for years. Then we get a list and we contact them. So it's industry experts within the music industry that choose the judges.
And how long does it normally take for them to go through each and every music artist's music and then deem it fit if it's really, really commendable and can make it to the list?
We give them a space of a month.
Okay.
So it's a month for them to judge, listen to the music, and judge it accordingly. Then we have our own vetting session after the the opening entries has closed. We internally have our own vetting session with music experts and listen to each and every album that has been entered. Has it been entered under this correct genre? If not, we would advise then the artist or the recording label where it should deem fit for them to put their album. So we have our own little internal vetting session before it goes to the judges.
Okay, so do you have any perhaps external vetting mechanisms to make sure that there aren't any irregularities?
We have auditors that look at the results that have been presented by the judges. So they then look if there's any irregularities, if there's any manipulation of results. And yeah, so that's our final.
You've had mishaps in the previous years to a point where you even had to withdraw some of the nominees. So what has been put in place to ensure that none of such happens?
Like I said, we have selected the vetting committees from internally. Internally, then we look with the music industry experts, which are record label, which is record label people that will come in and sit with us so that we know that the album that's been entered in the best contemporary gospel album belongs there. And it has been released at that particular period, at the qualifying period. Because sometimes you do get chances that would say, no, I've released in December, I don't qualify, but I will take a chance. So we have those mechanisms in place. We are not saying they're 100% perfect. People will always find loopholes, but we have done the best that we can to ensure that the entries are legible.
Sure. You know, entries are now open, and what is it that people need to do?
People need to either go to our website, www.samusicawards.co.za, and if they're not RiSA members, and then they will fill in a contact sheet, which we will then create them on the SAMA system, because SAMA entries are normally online. Right. I mean, 90% of them are online, but we do cater for those that could be, challenged in that space. Or you can come into our office, and we will help you with your entries. Okay, and how do they get hold of you? They can get hold of us on 011-886-1342, or they can go into our website, as I said, www.samusicawards.co.za. All right, it is right there on your screens right now. All right, Retsibilwe, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you. Well, that is Summer Events Coordinator Retsibilwe Dolamo. The entries are now open for all recording artists who have released an album which has a minimum of 4 songs between the 1st of February 2018 and the 31st of January 2019.